Hey, this is Ultra Titan Z, and these are my thoughts on the teaser for Godzilla X Kong Supernova. Now, I've become a bigger and bigger fan of the MonsterVerse over the years, and have come to really appreciate what it's tried to do. Even with its like ups and downs, I still love it for what it is. And this next film, I have very high hopes for this. I think just like and the title card alone are really enticing. Like we know space is going to be involved. There's like no way that's not what's happening here. I mean, Supernova, come on. But it's a cool sounding title, and I love the title card, how that looks with the colors and the font, whatever. So that's really cool. My other thoughts, I like what they did, where it's like a monarch, maybe emergency center, something like that. And there's like a war, and just a simple little teaser, but I think it's a very cool little thing that they did. And there's quite a few references to other stuff in there which I like, but moving away from that, from what we've seen, what do we predict is going to happen? Well, I know a lot of people have been saying Space Godzilla, right? That's the next logical step. I don't know how they would do that, but I think it'd be really interesting to see, especially with those like gravity crystals that we've seen in Hollow Earth. Though that's a more like terrestrial thing, so I don't know how they would tie that in, but I think that would be pretty cool. And other people have been saying Gigan too, and Gigan would be pretty great. I think if they're gonna bring back old monsters, they need to do both of those at the same time. They need to have Space Godzilla and Gigan. Now that's a real threat to Godzilla and Kong. So that's, if they're gonna bring back monsters, that's what they got to do. And they could bring back all sorts of other ones, but I think Space Godzilla and Gigan are fine choices. I love Hedorah too, but and all sorts of other space monsters, but I think with the connection we have with Space Godzilla, and then I just love Gigan, so I think those two would be great. But if they brought in a whole new space monster, I think that would be really cool, because I love the original monsters in the MonsterVerse. So seeing like a new space titan, that would be, they could do all sorts of stuff with that. So I'd be just as excited. I think we got to keep bringing other monsters from the past in here, like all the titans around the world. We got to see more new ones, and maybe some old ones too. Behemoth, Methuselah, those ones. But I'd love to see Mothra again, possibly Rodan. I think Rodan really needs to come back more than anyone, right? But seeing both of them again in some capacity, that'd be pretty great. Yeah, and I think, we definitely want a bit more of a Godzilla-focused story. And I love Kong, but I think he's kind of completed his arc in a way, and I think he's got to play a more of a supporting role in this next one, and we got to have that Godzilla focus. And I don't know what they're going to do with the humans, but I have high hopes. I think this new director, it sounds like he's a pretty good director. So it seems like he's more of a sci-fi guy too. So this, I think that, that's why we're seeing a bit more of a space direction. But I think it's really cool. I think you know, we might get brought back down to like a Godzilla King of the Monsters level of realism after, Adam Wingard's bombastic films, which are great, but I think a lot of people want to see more of a little bit more of a grounded MonsterVerse. I know wanting, it's kind of ironic wanting a more down to earth MonsterVerse when the next movie is possibly going to be set in space in some way, but still, I think there's great potential here, and I have high hopes for this next movie. You know, we've gone far with the MonsterVerse, and I'm excited to see this new frontier that we've reached. Who knows what it will bring, and who knows what the spin-off comic book will be, because we always get those, and I would love to see like, are they gonna do another one that's are they gonna make two separate ones for Godzilla and Kong, or are they gonna try to combine them? I personally prefer having like what they did with Godzilla versus Kong, where they had one graphic novel for each of them. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this upcoming movie, and I think it's gonna be good. I always enjoy all of them, but I think I think this one's gonna be like even better. High hopes. All right, that's all for this video. See you guys in the next one. Goodbye.